If you're a youth pastor or church ministry leader of any sort looking to reach the 95% of teenagers who declared to spend time on YouTube, according to a Pew Research study that was done recently, and you're following everything that I've laid out in the playlist linked right here, you have pre-shot a video, you have edited a video, and now you are getting ready to then have posted a video to YouTube. Well, those are the first 3 steps, but now that you've taken those steps, right, you've taken the time to upload that video to YouTube, how now do you get the word out about the fact that you have a video now on YouTube? Well, one of my favorite features embedded into YouTube is the Shorts tab. It's very similar to TikTok. It's a discovery-based short-form vertical video category kind of algorithm, and it's kind of taken social media by storm. I'm curious what your choice would be, because all social medias have it now, right? Like maybe like me, I'm a millennial, and a lot of millennials have sort of settled in on Instagram. If you're an Instagram person, go ahead and give us a like. Maybe some of you prefer TikTok, and TikTok is sort of your social media of choice. Go ahead then and give us a subscribe if that's you. And well, if you're YouTube itself, then you need to turn the bell on, because you definitely don't want to miss any more videos in the playlist that we're in right now titled YouTube for Youth Ministry. But YouTube Shorts is a great way, along with some of those other social media platforms, Facebook, even Instagram and TikTok, to get the word out and to be discovered. And so in this video, I'm going to share with you my strategy for growing a YouTube channel 100% organically with 0 paid reach, my viral shorts 5-part framework, and give you the not 1 but 2 mind-blowing tools to help you do it all. Welcome to the Hybrid Ministry Show. If you and I haven't had a chance to meet yet, my name is Nick Clason, and I right now am employed as a youth pastor in DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I started at the current job in which I'm at now in September of 2022 and in January of 2023. So if you do some quick math, you'll realize that it was just 4 months before, in January of 2023, when our church made a name change. And so that's significant, because when I started in September of 2022, our student ministry did not have a YouTube account. And furthermore, I did not launch the YouTube account because of the name change coming in January. And so I held off, which gives us very clear kind of markers and timelines and stuff like that. So held off, did not start the channel until January, didn't start posting until January. And so as I'm looking right now, I'm typing it into my computer right in front of me right now. CROSSCREEK Students on YouTube has 530 subscribers in just over a year. It's now March 20th when I'm recording this. And so we're looking at a year and about 3, soon to be 4 months, 530 subscribers. Now, that's nothing to like write home about. There are certain channels that have far more, subscribers and engagement than we do. But my guess would be, if I were to ask you, like, hey, do you want to get the word out to some of your students? Do you want to get the word out to some of the parents in your ministry? And do you want to get the word out to just some other people about the message of hope found in the gospel through YouTube? You would probably say yes. And say, hey, would you be okay with 530 subscribers? Which, by the way, is also continually growing. And so in that time, we have pre-filmed our videos. I did it all off of my cell phone, which is actually what I am recording on right now as well. And so videos looked very similar to this, with maybe different set, different location in our church, and one of our offices behind us. I filmed all of our videos off of my cell phone for the first about year. Got all my gear for about under $100. Got a little tripod, some lighting, some microphones, and that is actually linked down below in our gear for under $100. And then, if and or when you are ready to upgrade to a little bit nicer camera, and it's a little bit easier to not do it off of a cell phone when you do it off a camera, because it doesn't eat up your cell phone space. You can use SD cards and stuff like that. I recommend the Sony ZV-10. That is also linked down below, and it is about $600 to $700, $600, and then if you get a good lens with it, it's another $100 or whatever. So in the $700 ballpark. which is not a ton, but maybe you're not ready to do that. And that's why I would just stick with the under $100 thing. And then once you've shot the video and you're staring down at a video editing screen, you might be like, I don't even know what to do. Right now, I am offering a limited time offer for anyone who's interested in my video editing services. And I will actually edit your videos for free. I'm just simply trying to get the ball rolling on this for me. And so I'm asking for you to shoot it, pre-film it, send it to me. I'll edit it professionally and get it ready for you for YouTube. And maybe as I say that, you're sitting here thinking like, I'm not ready for that. Like I don't have the infrastructure for that. Well, then I can help you implement a hybrid strategy through some one-on-one coaching sessions as well. Those are also being offered right now, limited time for free. All you got to do is hit the contact tab down below in the show notes. Let me know, reach out. If I have space available still in my time and in my schedule, then I'd be happy to add you to something like that. Now, when you are posting on social media, when you are using shorts, TikToks, Reels on Instagram, Reels on Facebook, there are 5 kind of key categories and key factors, and I like to call it my viral Reels framework. It's 5 parts, but really, this isn't as formulaic as much as it is like when you're posting, these are the 5 things you need to attempt to try to make happen. So, viral Reel framework, category item number 1 is attention. Attention is everything on social media. You know that there are certain reels that capture your attention better, and then there are other reels that are just plain flat out boring. And think about your own viewing habits on social media. When you're on there, you're not necessarily on there to just be informed, right? Like in some cases you might be on there doing a little bit of research, and the information is also inspirational, and so therefore you do like gather and capture some information. That's great. But whatever causes you to stop scrolling and hover over a video or hover over a post for a while, that's going to be the key. And the same is true with you, and the same is going to be true for all of your youth ministry social media. Your goal is to get someone to stop and give you their attention. And so the better that you do at stopping and grabbing their attention, the better. So that could be, opening the reel with a zoom in or a sound effect or some sort of like surprising thing, or someone running at the camera, or, there are all kinds of different ways to sort of grab and capture someone's attention. But if you don't have their attention, they're going to continue on scrolling, as you probably do as well. Boom, 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 boom. And now you're 7 reels back and no one gave you any more time of day. So be thinking about how can you capture someone's attention. One good way I like to do that is to give them context. And so that's my second framework piece, is that if you are pre-filming your messages, and if you are dropping in little clips from your messages, give them the more fuller embodied context of what you're talking about, so that it's not just a soundbite, but they understand what this clip is referencing and where it's coming from and what you're referring to. So you can accomplish that with like an AI voice, or you can accomplish that with just some text on screen. And then that way, boom, as they scroll there, it's got a little text on screen. And if you want to make that context, make that hook, whatever it is, make it a little bit interesting, give it a little bit of intrigue, like the 4 surprising ways that you can connect with God, or one thing that makes Jesus mad, or 7 ideas, or whatever the case might be, but give them some context, because if you are going to be giving them a reel from a longer form clip, you're going to want to give them some background so they know what you're talking about when they enter into it. And so both that text on screen and or AI voice is hopefully getting their attention, but also filling in and giving them context. And whoever you are, youth pastor, social media person, just person on YouTube, person on the internet, whoever is listening to this, please, for all, no matter what you do, put captions on your videos. That is framework thing number 3. If you don't have captions, you will lose out on a segment of your audience. A wide majority of people watch Reels, watch TikToks, watch Shorts in places where they can't have their headphones in, nor do they have their audio turned on. Or you're just like me and your wife is asleep next to you in bed and you are watching Reels, but I don't watch it if it doesn't have captions on it. Why? Because she's asleep and I'm not turning my sound on. So put captions on your videos so that anyone and everyone can access them. Number 4, you need to have some sort of relevant hook. Now, if you're just pulling out clips from YouTube, that's going to be trickier, right? Because you're not speaking in such a way that has a relevant hook. And maybe as you begin to start speaking more and more direct to camera, you may just weave in naturally things like, this is one of the 7 most surprising things about following Jesus, or whatever the case might be. But if you're not natural at that, because it's not a natural skill to do, nor a thing that's easy to figure out, then as you are editing it and or as you start to clip it up for social, that's where the context is important, because the context piece can actually serve as a little bit of your hook, and that may also serve as a way to kind of garner and gather and capture your viewers' attention. And then the 5th one is sound effects. If you have editing ability and you're able to, offer your reel with some sound effects. Sound effects make a big deal. You can do animated text. You can do things on screen. I have some presets down below if you're using a thing like Adobe Premiere Pro. I got some presets that'll make you look like a professional. But if you compare it with some sound effects, now that right there, my friend, that's next level. So I get it. You're like, dude, okay, cool. Yeah, let me get started right on that with attention, grabbing context and captions and some relevant hooks and sound effects. Did you know I'm a youth pastor? Did you know that I have other things I have to do in my job? Yeah, I do. I do, man. And that's the thing. 95% of teenagers find themselves on YouTube. We need to find a way to get over there. We need to prioritize putting ourselves over there, which is why I want to start editing videos for youth pastors to help them out. I want to help take some of that burden, some of that load off of their plate when they don't have the time to do it. But some of that stuff, it comes a little bit at a cost, either a time cost or a financial cost. So this is why I want to offer for you 2 mind-blowing, life-changing, maybe, resources. The first one, definitely not life-changing because I created it, but it is my 100% completely free ebook. And I'm actually thinking about changing the name of it to my fully fleshed out hybrid strategy. Either way, this is a framework for not only how to build, edit, capture, and post done for you ideas, but things that are relevant and contextual and personal. Your students, your leaders, you are the heroes. You are the people on these social platforms. I'm telling you to use social media to help get the word out. Yes, for your YouTube video, but also just for additional content above and beyond that. And my ebook will detail that and outline how to do all of it. Not only how to film it, but also how to edit it and how to schedule it so that you are staying relevant and current with stuff that is going on. So go ahead and check that out. But then my second tool that I want to let you know about is that in all the things we're talking about, relevant hooks, text on screen, like all these types of things, you can use Opus Clip. It's free. It's free for a time, up to a certain number of credits. And then if you want to add some more credits to the cost, you can go ahead and do it. I think I got it when it was still kind of in beta, but I paid like $112 or something like that for the year. And it like you see right here, it's for 31 hours and 5 minutes. What happens is like our videos are, 10 to 15 minutes long. And so I calculated that out and it's enough for a year. It's more than enough for a year. So I can use it for some other things too. We filmed a playlist and I use it for some of those as well. But what you do is you drop either a YouTube link in here or a Zoom link or just the actual full file. And then when you're in it, once it's already like kind of processed it through whatever, it creates it and puts it down here in all these different projects. So you see these are all old projects that I've used before or in the past. And so in this particular one, if I'm just going to click on it, you'll notice to scroll all the way down to the bottom that it has given me 15 different shorts that I can use. 15 different videos that are clipped up, vertically based, with captions, all the things we talked about, and that you can use. Then once it gives it to you, it ranks it with some of these things. I don't really use those. I write my own headlines and taglines, but you can use that if you want. You can download it in Adobe Premiere Pro. You can download it in high definition, or you can go in here and edit it, which I recommend doing. It has the full video transcribed, but so in this particular clip, it has it transcribed right here. And so you can select the start spot. Like if you're like, I don't want it to start on the word and right there. You want to start on the word students. You can just change it to select the start spot there. And then you can have it end in a different spot. You look over here, you'll see how long it is. A YouTube short needs to be under a minute. So if it's greater than a minute, you need to find places to shave it down. Then over here in design, I like to generate B-roll with some stock footage. And so all these little spots right here are places that the video decided to generate some B-roll. So this one is generating B-roll based off of the word process. And so if I don't like the word process right there, or if I don't like the video that they chose for the word process, I can research the word process. And these ones right here are Shutterstock images, which I don't pay for, so I can't use. But these other ones right here without a Shutterstock watermark are from Pexels.com, which are free. So they're free for me. They would be free for you to use. And then if I'm like, I don't like any of those words, I can research a new word and just say, like, I don't know, computers, and then search that. And I can see what kind of words I'm going to get for computers, and then I can just swap it out right there. And now it goes from the iPad thing to this little computer-based thing. When I'm done with it, by the way, it also has auto emojis over here. So like as it's talking, you might see moments where emojis pop up on screen, just like that. Just as another like visual stimulant on the screen. You can choose your caption style. You can also create your own brand kind of template. I'll show you how to do that here in just a minute. Caption lines per page, 3 lines or 1 line. How do you want the captions to transition with the bounce, an underline, a box? You can select your underline color. You can figure out where you want your captions to go. You can change fonts, all these types of things. Font color, font stroke, font shadow, keyword highlighter, and then screen overlay. So let me show you that type of stuff. So when you're done, you can click save and compile. And it'll just put right here. It'll need a minute to process, and then boom, you're done and you're downloading. If you want to create a brand template, which is what I like to do, in my brand template, I have created this little guy right here as a watermark on the top of my video. On our student ministry, I have something similar, which points people back to our YouTube channel. Now, when you're on YouTube and uploading it to Shorts, you can click related video, and on Shorts you can actually link your YouTube video, which is my favorite feature of all. But if I'm using this over on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, I use this little watermark as sort of my way to like encourage them to go check us out on YouTube. But here are my caption preferences. Here is my brand kind of template, and I have it all saved. I have it all whatever. I made this little watermark thing, and then this is where I uploaded it right here. I just built this in like a thing like Photoshop with a clear background, and I uploaded it in, and then I saved it. And so this is my preset template number 1. But I could go to preset template number 2, and I could create a whole different look, a whole different flow, a whole different feel. Then when I'm done, I download them all, I save them in a folder, and I post them. I save them in a folder to be posted later. And so you can use Opus Clip, you can use my ebook, both of which to help you level up your social media game and get the word out once you've shot your video, once you've edited your video, and now it will help you create in a matter of minutes social media content for you and for your youth ministry. But now you've done those things, okay? Now it's ready to go on YouTube and post. Like you're going to click the plus button and create, and then it's going to give you the YouTube dialog box where you have to put in titles and descriptions and tags. What in the world do you even post on there? I'm glad you asked, because we're actually going to be unpacking that fully in the next video, which is linked right here on screen. We're helping you take digital discipleship and make it easy. And don't forget, and as always, stay hybrid.